Let's talk about LeetCode 1943. Describe the painting. It give us a two-dimensional array segments for each element segment, which has it has a start, end, and color represent the half closed segment. That means the include start, exclude end, and also with color. And the colors is overlapping segment of painting with mixed when it is painting. So for example, what does this one mean is that, for example, we have a color from 1 to 7 as color 9, and also 1 to 4 has color 5. So when it mixed, it will have 1 to 4, right? And it will sum it up to be 1 for 14. So you say that um for so that is a set of mixed color, but the things that because they are mixed, presumably we should use some kind of set, right? For example, 5, 9 to represent color. But the things that we just need to use the sum of the element to represent the color. So it gives us a lot of segments, and let's return the mixed color. For example, we know from 1 to 4 it has one because the mix color 5 and 9, so to be 1 for 14, right? And from 4 to 7 it has mix 7 to 9, so it will be 4, 7, 16. For this question, what we're thinking about is that one of the corner case that we want to consider is that whether the mixed color, for example, 14, if we have two colors which return, for example, which return 12, right? 5, 7 add to 12, and 1, 11 add to 12, whether we need to append to the previous color or not, whether it is returned to 1 to 7, return 1, 7, 12, right? But for this one, apparently it doesn't need to let us to merge the intervals. So this question is kind of simple. We don't need to worry about the merge, right? So what we're thinking about is that for every segment, we divide it into two events. One is entering event, which has a start point, which have the with the time, that is the x-axis, and also the color, right? We use the positive sign to represent this kind of event entering our collection. And also there is the leaving events. For example, at 4 o'clock, this is color 5 leaves, so we'll have 4 minus 5, right? So we separate the segments into points, then we sort by points. Then we use a swipe line, right? So for the swipe line, this code get us simpler. That is, we just need to group iterations, right? So we'll say this is a group, this is a group. As long as there is a group, right? And also this color, this color is not 0, then we add to our result. Then that's it. But if the question change a little bit, for example, change this one, let us to return 1 to 7 and 12, right? We need to change, possibly use a pre variable, right? To anyway, we should use a pre variable, right? Because when we calculate here, what we need to store is the sum of here, right? So we use a pre variable. So, but here, if we want to combine, we need to compare current with pre, right? If we don't equal to pre, then add to our collections. Otherwise, we still need to go through this, right? If we want to combine. So there is another question called the skyline problem that need us to combine. And for that one, we need to have a condition whether current equals previous or not, skyline problem. So for the skyline problem, what we do is also set the those kind of events into two entering events and leaving events, right? So, but here, because we want to merge, so we want to see whether current value equals previous value or not, right? So, we can write similar code for this one, but this is simpler. We don't need to merge. So let's have list of integer. We call events. Okay, equals new array list, and then what we do is that for every segment, in segment, we're going to have an event. So there is an enter event, add. So that will be events add new int segment 0, right? And this is entering color, so will be segment 2. And also there is a leaving event that is here, right? So segment 1 should be leaving, use a minus sign, right? So here, because this code, this question gave us didn't give us those kind of things to complicate. It says that it is a left close and right open condition, right? So if it's left include and the right include, so we'll have this segment 1 plus 1, right? But this is open, so we don't need to plus 1. Then what we do is that we are going to have int n equals event dot size. So we need to sort, right? Collections sort events by its time. So let's the only difficult thing is that because it is sum, right? It become long. We need to use a long variable. Current equals to 0 and pre equals to 0. And let's have last. That is start of group, right? So here the last is very simple. That is for this I, right? Every time we have finished this group group iterations, we use the last to stay here, right? So but the thing is that if we want to merge, right, this variable will be more important. Here, that is just the last group time or x-axis. So we'll say this last equals -1, right? And then that's it. Then what we do is list long result equals new array list. So what we do is for int I equals 0, I smaller than int I plus plus, right? So for every current color, right, we should add those points. So that is well, current the plus equal to event get I 1, right? So it may be color entering or color leaving. It may be positive or negative. So we'll say if I equals n minus 1 or event get I, if the time done equal, that means we'll finish this group, right? So events get I plus 1, 0. If done equal, then what we do is that so first thing is that we just set the last equals list get I 0, right? And also we have pre equals current. Because the thing is that we want to store the values here, right? So pre here. And when it is finished, so we need to have pre is 14, right? We should have this value, use a pre-value. So when we change group, what we do is that it says that we just need to add those kind of non-zero. I think there is somewhere said excluding any parts that are not painted, right? So if it is not painted, so I say if pre down equal to zero, then we add result. So we'll have result add list of last. So it will be long, right? So 1L multiply list event eight I 0 3. In the end, just return result. So if we want to merge, right? For example, if we want to, for this one, the example three, want to merge the color. For example, if we say that is 12, right? Both 12, if we want to return 1, 7, right? So what can we change? So the change should be very simple, right? Well, what we change is if current done equal to 3, then we add this condition, right? And we move this inside. And so that only when current done equal to 3 will update the last, right? Then that means the start, right, will be only color changes, the sum changes. So let's look at the third example. You see, not the second example, right? Um, what's the third example? Let's use our test case. What is our test case? Use if current done equal to pre 1, 7. Yeah. So this not is what is 796? You see, well, did we copy the correct one? You see, in this one, it merges, right? So if we want to merge, we just need to add this kind of condition here. So the change will be just one condition, right? But make sure this question get everything simplified that we don't need to merge. And Python code is also very similar. Let's write a Python code. Um, we are going to have events as a list. So we are going to for start and color in segment. So we'll say event append. So we'll have tuple start color and also events append and minus color. So we do is that we need to have events sort, and after sort is we have current pre last. We need a yes last, right? So equals 0, 0. Let's set that last equals -1 and the result. So what we do is for I in range of length events, then we'll have current plus equal to events I1, right? So what we do is that if I equals length events -1, that means the last one, or the x-axis or time axis doesn't equals that means we are changing group 0 doesn't equal to events I +1 0, right? Then we're going to have trying to see because we only want to add those kind of non-painting. So we'll see if pre down equal to 0, then we're going to have result append last event I. This is current time and the color is pre, right? And we are going to always have for when we change in the group, we'll have last equals events this kind of time, and we'll have pre equals current, and in the end, return result. So for this question, every segment is going to separate into 2 points, right? So we use a list to store the kind of points, and there is a sort, so the time complexity. So this will be 2n multiplied log 2n, right? So that is n log n time complexity. This will be linear, and space this kind of collection list they are linear, so that it will be n, right?